Hi everyone, welcome to official channel of WebOsmotic Private Limited. I am Abhishek Kothari, a team leader at WebOsmotic with 6+ years of experience. I'm here to share with you my knowledge. So let's learn together and grow. Let's get started. Today we'll be talking about generics in Java. Generics is pretty confusing at first, right? With all the angular brackets, K, T, V. I know, right? So, we will be discussing why generics was introduced at first place, what help it does to the developer, and how you can use it. Now, first, what was the problem does it solve? So let's get the coding screen and start. So here we are. We have an int box. What int box? Okay, it's just a simple class. We just take content as integer, and it just says type of the content in the box is integer. So when we just print this object, it just runs this toString method and gives us the type of the content box is integer. Let's run it. So here we are running it. Great. Type of the content in the box is integer. Now suppose I want the same box but with different type. So I have to copy paste same class and just change the type of content, right, as a double, and then I will go and again I will run this and it says okay. Now yes, the type of the content in the box is double. Similarly, what if I want as a string, right? So I will create one more class with the content as string and then I will run it. Okay, let's run this thing. Here you go. Right, the type of the content in this box is string. Now you see the point, right? For the same thing, same class, but different types, we have to make 3 different classes. So here, this is the first drawback which generics try to solve. Suppose you want to create a general list of array which takes every parameter. We give it string, we add it as an integer, we add and double number, right? Now we print the string. Let me comment this thing out and then we run it. Okay, so we get a string, integer and double as well, the string. Now suppose I want the first index. Okay, so I know it's an integer, so I'll say integer number is equal to list dot get index. I want it's 1, right? But it's giving me a cast exception saying that object can't be casted to number integer, right? So now if I run it, okay, I have to print out the number to see what is there in the number. Okay, again let's print out, it's 5, right? Now suppose by mistake if someone changes this type to double, right? Now here you see, right, you're getting a class cast exception. So Java is no type safe over here, right? If anyone changes any parameters, at safety can be at cost. So let's see how generics solve this problem now. So let's first comment this out. Now let's create a generic class which solves first issue of code repetitive. Okay, I will create a generic box. Now generic box. Now this box will take a generic type, right? So when the class is instantiated, we will say, okay, we want a box with type integer, with type float. So how do we say it? So we declare the type between the name of the class and the open bracket. So here we'll mention t. So here we can use anything, but as per the norms, we are using it t. Now, the integer will be the type, whichever it is passed as a generic. Same for here. And now, we won't be having a static type, here we'll be having a type of content dot get class dot get simple name. Okay, so now let's use it. Okay, let's say generic box. Okay, like int box is equal to new generic box of type 5. Now it's giving me a error, right? Here I have to mention which box I want. I say I will have box of integer and say okay, it's box of integer. Now let's print in box. Let me run it, and tada! Type of the content in the box is integer. Now let's do it for double as well. Okay, let me do this. Let me copy this thing. Here, okay, I have to pass it as double. Now let's see. Let me print it. Let's see, right? Type of the content in the box is double. Awesome, right? Now, similarly, let's do it for string. I'll open this comment and use generic box over here, also over here, and here I will say it's a type of a string. Okay, I have to use a bracket as Java 7. Now let's run it. Awesome, right? We're getting same thing, but using only one class, generic. Now we can delete all this thing. They are not necessary for us. We use only one generic box and voila, it's running, right? So regarding the problem of the array list, right? List has also been solved, right? You can use a create a list of an integer. So now this list will only take values as an integer. If I give any other values, you see, right? If I give anything as suppose string, okay, now it says that okay, I don't take string, I only take an integer, so I'll provide it as integer again. Now suppose I want to get a value at index 0. Now I will directly take it as an integer without a typecast. This will give us a type safety. Now if I print it, let's see, let it run, and it's compiled and it's running, like giving me 5. So this issue is also solved by generic, providing type in the list of integer, right? Now we have some add-on feature for generic. We can say that okay, this type can be dynamic, but it should extend to vehicle. Now what happens is it will say that okay, we only be able to extend, like use, if it is using vehicle. So now I can't use this. Let me comment this out. So now I can use it as generic box of car, right? Car is equal to new generic box car content. Car is a new car, right? I go and I print car. So run this. Let's see. Comment this out. Let's see. Oh, type of the content in the box is car, right? I can also use something like truck. Let me use it. Okay. So truck is also a type of a vehicle. Truck. Okay. And a box of type truck. I just seeing giving me error. Okay, now it's all right. I will use it truck over here. Say the type of truck. Now the benefit which we get over here is now the generic box knows that T is extending vehicle. So now we can use a method which falls in type class vehicle because it knows we have a method as a color in the class vehicle. So because it knows whichever type it is, it will extend vehicle. So all of the methods in the vehicle will be there for T, right? The best part is that you can also use an interface over here, right? You can just write change interface name over here and it will be like T extend interface. Just please take note, even if it's interface, you don't use implements over here, you use extends. And you can also use combination of class as well as an interface, just like vehicle and an interface name. And you can use only one class name, right? Because Java doesn't support multiple inheritance for objects, right? So you can use multiple interface like this and keep going. And also make sure that the first thing is class if you're using it multiple ways. So we have known about the generic classes, but there are generic methods as well. So let's get to it. Now, here we have a method public static void print, which takes the list of integers and just print it. And we have created a list with an integer. Let's run it. And here you see the list with 5 value. Now suppose I also have another list of doubles which takes and enters value double. Now I want to reuse this method, so I think that object is a subset, right? For integer and double, object is a subset, so this should work. But no, it says no. It says that it required tab is object, but it is given as integer, right? It seems like the list of object should be a parent of list of integer, but it's not the case. It's different. So in this case, we can use while directive. Now it says that okay, I will get the list, but I'm not sure which data I will get a list of, and I can use it. Now if I run it, I say voila, list of 8.5 and 6.5 double. Also, as we done in the generic class, we can also use extends, vehicle, blah blah, interface, everything over here, right? Nice. Another thing we can use is like this value kv. We can use multiple methods like okay, this method will have a parameter kv, and you can give it the params and then it will print, right? Param 1 string, param 2 vehicle truck, it's just number. Okay, you see, right? Now what if I want to return any one of the parameters? So what you do is like just return this change this void, say return param 1, and it's done, right? It's not so confusing now. We have almost covered everything. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you found content valuable, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Looking forward for your feedback in the comment below. See you in the next video. Bye.